My name is Brian Brady, and I'm a member here of the Chairman's Circle of the San Diego County Republican Party and a founding member of the Republican Liberty Caucus. Tonight I'm here to solicit your vote for the champion of liberty, Texas Congressman Ron Paul. Ron Paul is a top-tier candidate, not because of personality, but because of the message. His message is the same message as our founding fathers. He believes we should follow the Constitution of these United States of America, and he believes the federal government's role is not to plan our lives, but to preserve and protect our liberty. Now, I'm not here to address the enthusiastic supporters of Congressman Ron Paul because, as always, we bravely stand for liberty and as advocates for fidelity to the Constitution. I know for whom you will cast your vote tonight. But conversely, there's also people among us who call themselves conservatives who will immediately dismiss Ron Paul for the sole reason that he dares to question the legitimacy of the Barack Obama foreign policy, which is, of course, to invade countries and start wars without congressional approval. And I don't think I can change that misguided thinking. So rather, it is the critical thinking Republican who believes this country has been ruined by the policies of Barack Obama, to whom I address this plea. Isn't it time to elect a game changer? To you critical thinking Republicans, I'll offer you 3 arguments, and then I'll ask for your vote this evening. Number 1, it has been said by the media that Ron Paul is unelectable. I don't know what that means because we haven't had one Republican primary election yet. Interestingly enough, polling data says that Ron Paul, in a direct election with Barack Obama, performs just as well as Mitt Romney or Herman Cain. Stated differently, not only can Ron Paul beat Barack Obama, he may very well be our only chance to win the presidency. And to illustrate why, I'll give you a quote from then Governor Ronald Reagan when he spoke to CPAC in 1975. I quote, "Our people look for a cause to believe in. Is it a third party we need? Or is it a new and revitalized second party, raising a banner of not pale pastels, but bold colors, which make it unmistakably clear where we stand on all the issues confronting the people?" Well, I submit to you tonight, the critical thinking Republicans, that Romneycare is but a pale pastel. A pale pastel which became Obamacare, an Obamacare which empowered the federal government, which is a Leviathan, to centrally plan the lives of its subjects. I submit to you tonight that the 999 plan is but a pale pastel. A pastel which will become a lifeline to tacitly fund that Leviathan so it can continue to centrally plan the lives of its subjects. We need bold colors and we need a game changer. Congressman Ron Paul is that game changer.
Thank you, Ron Paul.
Second reason. It has been said that Ron Paul's budget plan, which cuts the federal budget by over $1 trillion in the first year, and balances the budget by the end of President Paul's first term, would unduly shock the economy. Well, I ask you this. In a recession, don't you want to shock the economy? By cutting 5 federal bureaucracies, energy, commerce, education, interior, and the housing and urban development, we will unleash hijacked dollars into the free enterprise system, create millions of jobs, and balance our federal budget. These are not the pale pastels of a 59-point plan, nor are they the pale pastels of a misunderstood new tax which is disguised as a slogan. This is the bold color of budget cuts, which Republican Calvin Coolidge painted some 87 years ago. And we need those bold colors. We need a game changer. Ron Paul is that game changer. Finally, some Republican intellectuals would prey upon your fear and criticize Congressman Paul's foreign policy as dangerous to our national security. They would erroneously describe it as weak or isolationist. Well, I remind you that a foreign policy, independent of the United Nations' permission or criticism, is the very same policy that Senator Barry Goldwater, President Ronald Reagan, and candidate George W. Bush advocated. Moreover, if campaign contributions from active duty military members are any gauge, let me tell you, active duty military members are the group which has donated more money to Ron Paul than all other candidates, including the sitting president combined. If that's true, then Ron Paul's policy is congruent with our fighting men and women of our armed forces. So what do they know? They know that he is not an isolationist. He simply puts America first. It is a policy of peace through strength. For President candidate Ron Paul has said very clearly, if our national security is threatened, he will petition the Congress, procure a declaration of war, and use overwhelming force and win that war. And then, rather than nation build, President Ron Paul will bring the troops home. These are not the pale pastels of Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton's foreign policy, but the brave, bold color of American leadership through peace and free trade. We need those bold colors, and we need a game changer to restore America to her rightful position as the moral leader of the free world. So, as you cast your ballot this evening, do not paint in the pale pastels of Democrats and new conservatives. They have failed America for over 20 years now. Rather, cast your ballot tonight in a bold, bold color. Cast your ballot in a bold color which was inspired by Barry Goldwater, a bold color which was articulated by Ronald Reagan, and a bold color which will be painted by President Ron Paul. You be the game changer. Vote Ron Paul.
Right away, Brian.
Maybe a little more enthusiasm next time. Great job. We have two additional candidates, and would like to bring up my friend Randy Burholtz to speak on behalf of Rick Santorum.